Hello guys, I'm doing this video for educational purposes and to tell black folks, especially black women, because they are the most affected by this. I understand you need validation, like you're beautiful and everything. I respect that. Validation is good, but practicing self-love by yourself, knowing that you are just good the way you are, you don't need to do no nothing to yourself, especially when you're good for yourself. That's just good for you. Now I know there have been rampant cases of people trying to rip off their melanin. We melanated people, we need to know that we are so much blessed. Like, you don't know what you're having by yourself, you don't know what you are owning by yourself. It's worth more than gold, worth more than millions of bucks, right? Now this has been a case, this has been an issue which is predominantly, especially in black neighborhoods. And I'm noticing that Africans are embracing this so much. Yes, I'm an African, talking from experience. I have people who are very close to me who have ever done this, and I've seen the consequences because there is something that you can never hide, especially when it's not real, right? You don't get along with something which is not like original. People will just get to know like the truth, and there are so many consequences that comes with that. But I don't want to say much. I want us to watch this video, and you know how we do it. I'll be back, and then we'll have a proper discussion about this, because our sisters, some of our brothers, need to hear this message, and you need to know that you're just good just the way you are. These are presenter Jindoc stories, and I hope to see, let us watch and learn from these videos.
Can you tell me why you started to bleach your skin?
It's like you growing up in school, you have mainly guys making fun of your skin color and calling you charcoal, calling you dark. So growing up, you just start to feel like, oh, okay, no one likes me because of my skin color. Like, okay, I see. So that kind of does something to your head, you feel me? And also we have social media. They do praise lighter skinned women, Latinas, whatever, pale skinned women. So that kind of makes you feel like you're not desired, you feel me? So, and that's why I started bleaching my skin. That's why I started skin lightening, because of it, you know? But I do have negative comments, people saying you hate yourself, you wish you were white, this and this and that, you're a follower, like just a lot of stuff, but I don't really like listen to it. I really don't care. I guess how society sees dark women, like we're basically the losing team. Like, who wants to be on the losing team? I felt like lighter skinned women, they were more desired and they get away with more and they have more privileges than I did. And also, I also thought that personally, I also thought I looked prettier lighter. And for me, I honestly I don't think it's a big deal, because I feel like people want to be darker and people want to be lighter. So I don't see why it's such a taboo. I'm not ashamed of it, because I kind of see the hypocrisy in it.
Being a lighter person, I do experience a tremendous amount of privilege, and I'm not denying that of you at all. I think what upset me about the skin bleaching is that a lot of mothers do it to their daughters, and from my own experience, sometimes your parents do it to you and you don't have the consent of the child, or someone like me could end up much lighter than I was in my childhood and kind of have an identity issue. And it's just, for me, it's a matter of consent.
And also, I feel like you have to ask yourself, what's the goal? You know, the goal is to end colorism, racism. I feel like you changing your skin tone is just feeding into the cycle.
And some people just personally feel like they look better lighter, just like some people feel like they look better with makeup on. Why not you just tell everybody, love your natural skin, you don't need makeup.
Not being systemically oppressed from not wearing makeup, though. Whereas someone with darker skin might experience systemic racism.
It's hypocrisy, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hypocrisy.
And that's not fair.
And I also don't think we can just ignore that there's such a terrible history of racism and colorism, and that's why it's a bigger deal to people when people are bleaching their skin versus when people are putting on makeup. And yeah.
I think for me, when it comes to skin bleaching, I'm a lot less interested in the personal experience and more just like, why is this a multi-billion-dollar industry? Like, why is
Bingo.
Dove,
Bingo.
something in the U.S. that, they just sell bar soaps here, but in Asia, they literally are selling skin bleaching. Asia and Africa, the Caribbean, we need to talk about how this is like a capitalist enterprise that is invested in people
There you go.
lightening their skin.
That's
Like,
discussion.
that to me, I think that's why it's important to remember who benefits from people lightening their skin. I think that the conversations, we need to talk about class and capitalism along this as well.
How social media affected your view of colorism?
With social media, light-skinned people are important and they're pretty and this and that. And that's the same thing I want to feel. So, and there's a lot of benefits that come along with it, and I want the same benefits. And I'm be honest, I want the same benefits. I don't care.
First thing that came to mind was thinking about Lil' Kim and how so many people in 2022 be like, you look so good when you were darker skinned. I'm just like, but y'all treating her like shit. Sorry for cussing, but it's the truth. She literally said all the people I was dating would leave me for white European girls. Y'all talked about my nose. You talked about my featureism, and just she wanted an easier life. So I'm just I think about why are there so many material benefits to being lighter? Also, how do we make a world where darker skinned people don't have to do this, don't have to. I think that I'm interested in creating a world or moving towards a world where we don't have these very clear, straight up pigmentocracy, straight up hierarchies of shade that are rooted in anti-blackness, that are influenced by white supremacy, all of these things that are interconnected with one another.
Skin bleaching is the topic of this post. This woman is a Jamaican that is using peroxide to bleach her skin, which is a controversial method of lightening your skin that's popular in many countries. She's using a higher concentration of peroxide than is considered really safe, and so it's not encouraged in this country, the United States. The concentrations are a little bit higher and can irritate the skin. In the United States, we prefer using hydroquinone that's prescribed by a physician so that we can monitor your progress. Typically, people who have uneven discoloration of the skin is who we prescribe hydroquinone for. Peroxide is generally considered a temporary treatment, temporary lightening, but she looks like she's used sunblock to prevent the darkness from coming back.
Hold up, stop right now and watch this video. Did y'all know that black women are the only organisms on Earth that produces the mitochondria DNA? That has all of the variations possible for every single kind of different human being on this Earth. Such as the Africans, the albinos, the Europeans, the Hispanics, the Asians, the Middle Easterns, all Latinos, you name it. When the DNA of a black woman mutates, all other kinds of different human beings come about. I'll actually like for y'all to go research this for yourselves, because y'all can actually learn a lot. I'll be putting links down below, and this is called the Eve gene, just in case if y'all don't know, and it is only found in black women. So if any racists try to bring you down, including the black boys, because I see them being a lot of colorists, let them know they wouldn't be who they are today if it wasn't for you, because you are the manifestation of God. Praise y'all.
If you were on a skin bleaching journey, I hope you know that you are doing this for nobody but yourself, because the rest of us already know what's going on. Who exactly do you think you're fooling? Because you know, and we know, but I think the disconnect is that you don't think that we know. But I'm here to tell you we know. I've had it up to here with that weird pink skin, and then you got black ass knuckles, black ass features, black ass ears. Because why is your face pink and why are your knuckles black? We know. Think y'all realize that y'all don't look light skin, y'all look like a subsector of skin. There's light skin, brown skin, dark skin, and then there's skin bleachers. Because y'all don't fit in any of those categories. Because y'all do not look natural. It looks crazy. You look pink. Y'all look like somebody took a number 2 pencil and just erased your skin, and they didn't get the crevices of things. Knuckles, elbows, knees, ears. When y'all bleaching, y'all don't think we notice. Y'all don't think those things count? I've had it up to here, Sammy Sosa. And maybe it's some form of body dysmorphia, but when you look in the mirror, what do you see looking back? Do y'all remember the show on Nickelodeon that was about like meat people? Like it might have been called Mr. Meaty or something like that, but all the people was like made out of meat. And they was like a weird fleshy like piggy pink kind of color. That's what y'all be looking like.
I hated my skin, hated my complexion, hated anything that had to do with me being this dark. Literally, I used to edit my pictures to try to look lighter. First of all, thank you guys so much. I really and truly appreciate that. But I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys. And so for you guys who don't know, I was born in Gambia, West Africa, and I came to the US in 2010. So I would say from about 2010 to 2015, I hated my skin, hated my complexion, hated anything that had to do with me being this dark. Literally, I used to edit my pictures to try to look lighter. I used to get made fun of so much for being dark. Like it went to the point where I literally was so insecure with how I looked physically that like it was nice that I was literally crying myself to sleep. But I had to build myself back up. I had to build my confidence back up. I had to start working out. I started to feel so much more comfortable in my skin. And I decided to start modeling. I decided to start creating content because I wanted to inspire other young men and women that look like me to feel comfortable in their own skin and to let them know that regardless of where you start, regardless of what you look like, you can achieve immense amount of success. I've been on TVs, I've modeled for some of my favorite brands. Ultimately, my platform is just to help inspire people to just live healthier, live happier, and really feel comfortable with themselves. Appreciate and admire yourself and admire your beauty. So it's just funny how the same thing that they used to make fun of me for is the same thing now that is basically creating a career for me, you know. And for any dark skin or anybody in general that's out there that's just feeling like they can't love themselves, just love yourself and just understand that God made you to be who you are. There are so many people that are bleaching their skin up to this day to appear lighter, damaging their skin. And all that stems from not knowing how to love yourself and not appreciating your beauty. I now love and appreciate my skin more than anything. And it's not even just from compliments, but I feel so blessed to just be me and be in my body. Like God made me to be this way, and I am so appreciative because I truly and really love my skin tone. I love my complexion now. I love everything about me, honestly. And it's not to say it in an egotistical way. I really just love me for me. And I'm not dependent on what anyone has to say for me to accept myself for who I am. Thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. And follow me. And for the new people that follow me, let's keep it going.
Here are 5 states in Nigeria that bleach their skin the most. Do you know Nigeria ranks first in the use of bleaching creams in Africa? A study done by World Health Organization shows that 77% of Nigerian women make use of bleaching creams. Now to the top 5 states. At number 5, we have Ekiti State. Number 4, Lagos State. Number 3, Osun State. Number 2, Ondo State. And number 1, Oyo State. Bleaching is more prevalent in Oyo State, most especially in Ibadan. Please note that the fact that these 5 states top the list doesn't mean that everybody there bleach their skin. Now, what do you think could be the cause? Some say it's because Nigerian men prefer light-skinned girls. Others say it's because some people believe a fairer complexion will make them succeed in life. Let me hear from you in the comment section what you think could be the cause. And don't forget to follow me, like, and share this video with somebody.
Esther was black and broke. But when Esther see money, Esther bleach.
Melanated people are not meant to eat acidic foods. Melanated people are meant to consume alkaline foods. Melanated people are meant to consume melon. When melanated people eat watermelon, it's like gold. And so vilifying watermelon helps you hurt yourself. I don't eat watermelon. No, I don't do that. You're supposed to. And yes, you do have an appetite for it. but now you all of a sudden you don't want to eat watermelon. Watermelon is the world's largest vine fruit, and it is literal gold.
Y'all, so I'm visiting a couple countries in Africa, and the few countries that I've been through, I've had several people tell me, please don't bleach your skin. Please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad that it's a bleaching pandemic. For all the women who want to bleach your skin because of a man, and the colorism, and to be lighter, to be prettier, don't bleach your skin. You're gonna look pink, you're gonna look gray, and you're gonna look like a Dalmatian. And guess what? That man will still cheat on you. Love yourself, y'all. Love yourself. It's so crazy that I've gotten so many of these things, so many people telling me, please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad. My fellow people in Africa have to tell me not to bleach my skin. I'm already confident enough in myself to love my skin color. But to hear this from like numerous people from the West to the South to the East, come on, y'all. Anyways, Africa's amazing. Africa's great.
So this young lady has been bleaching her skin for a long time, and I would not advise this. Skin bleaching can be very dangerous, not just for your skin, but also for your overall health. Most skin bleaching products contain hydroquinone, mercury, as well as corticosteroids in varying strengths, but most of the time they actually contain very, very strong corticosteroids. And what these ingredients do is that initially they will give you that lightness or that yellow hue that most people may want, but after a while they actually darken your skin and give you a very uneven skin tone or uneven pigmentation. Especially hydroquinone. Hydroquinone damages the skin permanently. It causes a condition called ochronosis, which is irreversible damage of your dermal fibers. Other things like thinning of the skin, visible blood vessels, increased risk to infections, especially viral infections and fungal infections, as well as super sensitivity of the skin, which may come out as irritation from using most skincare products. If you're using bleaching agents on your body, you can actually have severe stretch marks. While I know that most people use skin lightening products when they're treating genuine medical problems like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, products that contain mercury actually can cause effects on your liver, on your kidneys, as well as brain side effects. And lately, the use of skin bleaching products has been linked to an increased risk of skin cancer. Really, I will urge people to seek medical as well as dermatological advice if they're dealing with these conditions, and stay away from using skin bleaching agents, because not only is it just dangerous for your skin, but it's just detrimental for your overall health.
Top 5 African countries where women bleach their skin to look white. Number 5 is Mali. It is the 5th highest recorder of skin bleaching cases in Africa continent. Although harmful, is slowly catching up with men, leaving the government very worried. Number 4 is Senegal. One of the top fashion secrets in Senegal is to have lighter skin to complement your character and to find men crawling at your feet. Number 3 is Togo. The World Health Organization report indicates that 29% of the female population in Togo are practicing skin bleaching. Number 2 is South Africa. It is no surprise that South Africa makes the list. The country has 35% of its black women surrendering to the need for lighter skin and thus purchasing bleaching products of all kind. Standing tall on the number 1 list is Nigeria, the West African country with over 200 million people. The country not only tops Africa, but tops the worldwide list with 77% of its female population practicing skin bleaching.
My hands look like they're a completely different race to the rest of my body because I keep getting my nails done with UV radiation.
Now, of course, you know this video has made its way across social media, and somebody had tweeted this and said, Chelsea, come on now. Now, somebody had reposted it and said, I don't think this woman is bleaching, but she's very pretty. Insecurities are making y'all's behavior more pathetic as each day goes by. And of course, you know, we had to make our way to the comment section. Now, the first person, hold on, y'all, that's for another story. Okay, that's better. Now, this person replied and said, those who have lied before have not lied like this. Another person replied and said, I believe her. If she was bleaching, why would she forget her hands? Plus, a lot of people have pretty dark pigmented knuckles naturally, which is very true. Another person by the name of Selah the Poet said, did she say her hands are a different race? Like, a different race is crazy. Most black people's hands, arms are darker than their face since a child. I guess she meant childhood. Then she goes on to say, it has nothing to do with getting your nails done. Now, another person stated she's right. My hands are darker and more wrinkled too. Somebody else commented and said, whether she's lying or not, those UV lamps are not good for you, and you indeed should be wearing sunscreen or use fingerless UV protection gloves. LOL. Now, here's a post that I actually agreed with. They go on to say, you can tell just by how someone's face looks, especially around their hairline when they've bleached. Plus, you can tell by how wrinkly her hands are, she's telling the truth. That's what sun damage looks like. Another person stated, exactly. But I want to hear from y'all. Have you seen this video and what do you actually think it is? Because in my personal opinion, it looks like she should probably be wearing sunscreen.
I just want you to know that everything you do has a consequence. You might look like it's beautiful to you. Of course, I have no problem with people with lighter complexion, right? But what I'm trying to say is that if you know you're a black person, you're a black woman, you need to embrace your color. Like, you're just good the way you are. You don't need to add nothing. You don't need to do anything. And you know the consequences that you expose yourself by removing the upper part of your skin. There are so many consequences that comes with it, because the melanin itself has its own biological ways of protecting you from other things. Your adaptability, the temperature, and the places of where you are as a person. Really, the color of your skin really matters when it comes to that, because most of us, especially here in Africa, we are living in hot, environment, and the melanin is responsible for helping us from direct sunlight, protects us from the UV rays. And you know that this is something that you know. By ripping off this skin of yours, it means that you're lacking a lot. There is a special way that black people relate to the sun. Sun is a source of energy. We realize the more you expose yourself to the sun is the more you become darker. The more you become darker, you have a lot of melanin. The more you have a lot of melanin, you are prevented from a lot of things. Your body is immune from a lot of things. And there is so many ways of advantages that this comes with. People could kill, people could buy just to have what you have in your skin that you're ripping it off. Ask people, they'll tell you that a number of people are missing. Allegedly, it's being said that the melanin that they want is used to power some industries. It's a big source of energy, and it's what is even more than gold, any precious metal that we can ever have. So melanin and its power, it's so important. You need to know, you need to share these so that people can get to know. And just that, do you know the risk that you're putting yourself by trying to be somebody else who you're not, by trying to impersonate other person who you're not? It's not right. You're putting yourself in a problem. The creams, the injections, the everything, what if they backfire? I mean, what will you tell people about it? Because chances are that this thing might just backfire, and you might develop some problems, complications. You understand? So for me, nah, I wouldn't support anyone. I wouldn't support anybody to do this to themselves. It's a detriment that a person is bringing to themselves. Those who know the power of melanin, and in your relationship to relate with who you're ordained to, your spiritual world as a black person, how you see things, your perspective, how you relate with nature as a black person. It's really important. And by ripping that, you are saying no to all this. People will start asking you a question. You've given birth. Why your children look so different from you? Because that's something that you've changed phenotypically. You haven't changed them genotypically. Because you brighten your skin, the genes will still remain. If you're black, right? So it won't help you. It doesn't do, it is something which is so short term. And another thing is that you have to keep up with buying the creams every now and then. keeping up with, trying to change your skin, trying to impersonate other people because you need validation. Something that you can get by your own self, something that you can get from within. Like, you don't need a man's validation, you don't need a woman's validation for you to look a different way of who you're not. Even after you do that, if a person doesn't genuinely love you for who you are, even if you bleach, even if you do what, they won't still love you. So even if it's beauty in the standards of validation that your person is trying to chase, I don't encourage that. One simple truth and reality of beauty is being real, is being authentic, is being natural, is being pure, is being raw. Like, just be you, just be you. You could do your makeup, you could do your skincare routine, but bleaching, nah, it's not worth it. And you know the consequences, you know the problems that it comes with. You don't want to be, I mean, you don't want your life to revolve around going injections, pills. That's not a life that you want to live. Besides, there are diseases like cancer that you're exposing yourself to. Those chemicals every now and then, injection, taking medicine. If it's taking medicine for a normal medication, then that's cool. But the fact that this is something that you wanted for yourself, I'm not trying to persecute those who have light skin. What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to say for those people who are trying to be who they are not and living the authentic self of who they are, trying to be other people who they are not. You understand? This brings problem. The research have been shown that it has no good advantages. Something that you might see as an advantage might cost you your entire generation, right? So just tell me what you think about this, because I don't support this. I really don't support. These are presented Index Stories. Let's meet on my next video. Salute.